Who do you think of? Ohio State versus Michigan? Yankees versus Red Sox? Celtics versus Lakers? There's no rivalry that divides a city quite like USC UCLA.
That hate is back.
A crosstown beef between the Bruins and the Trojans is no joke, and women's basketball is no exception. Last year, both teams were neck and neck in the Pac-12. Number 2 UCLA beat number 6 USC in front of their fans at a sold-out Pauley Pavilion.
UCLA takes down Southern California. JuJu Watkins, you're going to get another shot at this UCLA team in just a couple of weeks.
USC got their lick back.
UCLA's offense just not cooking on all cylinders like it did in the first meeting.
Then beating UCLA again in the Pac-12 tourney.
SC came, so did UCLA. This game was hard fought, tough. That was a championship heavyweight bout, and this is why JuJu Watkins came to USC.
This year, the stakes are much higher. Both teams are among the favorites to win the Big Ten. The Bruins come into this matchup as the best team in the country, led by juniors Lauren Betts and Kiki Rice. Not to mention, they've added Texas A&M transfer Janiah Barker and Oregon State shooter Tamia Gardner to their already stacked roster. USC is still led by sophomore superstar JuJu Watkins, who leads the Big Ten in scoring. But let's not forget, this season, she has the help of Stanford transfer Kiki Iriafen and Oregon State guard Talia von Oelhoffen. These teams don't just want to be the best in the city, they want to be the best in the country. On top of that, Watkins and Betts are each contenders to be named National Player of the Year.
Listen, if you've been sleeping on UCLA, you need to stop right now.
Can UCLA redeem themselves, or will the women of Troy best the Bruins again? So much is on the line, and on Thursday, we find out what team truly deserves to be crowned the Queens of Angel City.
All right. Hey everybody, how you doing today? This is girl Keisha with Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports coming to you today. We're gonna talk some women's basketball. We got an upcoming matchup between UCLA and USC. I wanted to get on here and talk about it because Lauren Best is showing out to be one of the best players in the country. She's 6'7" center. She averaging about 19 points a game, almost 10 rebounds a game, and almost 3 assists a game. And she's shooting at 63% from the field. She's also, hey, what's going on, Todrick? She's also she's decided not to come out into the draft. She's gonna stay one more year to play with her sister. So this game right here is probably gonna be a big game, only because it's against their crosstown rival USC. That they got number 1 standing in the AP standings for women's basketball. I think Lauren Best has been playing phenomenal, as you can see. I mean, I'll just look at her game log, her last 5 games. She averaged against Oregon. She had 9 points, 6 rebounds, 50%, which they never was going to lose that game. They won 62-52. Then the game against Ohio State, she had like 19 points. Minnesota, she had 6 points. But then USC against Maryland, she had 33 points. But she's shooting this was very phenomenal. And she's shooting the ball at a really great clip. Like this one game against Maryland, she was 83%. Oregon 50%, 60%. So Lauren Betts is a force to be reckoned with. Also, I mean, she is I don't want to call her. I would say she's really good at blocking shots. She's a load down there in the paint. I mean, one game here, as you can see, 9 blocks. That's just phenomenal. Rutgers 5 blocks, Maryland 4 blocks, Oregon and Ohio State 3 blocks. So hey, when you go down there in that paint, you gotta be ready to battle Lauren Betts, and she's shooting at an efficient clip. So the best thing I can say for UCLA, for USC, they're gonna have to try to pull her out of that paint for them to have a chance. Also, but I also think Kiki Arifin is up to the task of battling more Lauren Betts because I see her as a great. She's a pretty good big, but I just don't see her as a completely physical big. Now might be a little bit biased on that front, only because when I seen her against LSU last year, I needed her to get more physical with Angel. She just didn't match that same dog in that game. But hey, it's another year. She's gotten better. Her shot is falling. So I never count Lauren Betts out. I do think her and Kiki Arifin will probably match up pretty good, even though Kiki's smaller than her. Kiki is very active on the boards. She's going to rebound the ball just like Kiki, but she is more efficient than Kiki. So Lauren Betts is their best player on that team. Now, that UCLA team also has Kiki Rice on it and Janiah Barker on it. So they have some good pieces. Kiki Rice, I just think I'll pull up her stats right quick. It just seems to me sometimes she's just a little inconsistent. But let me pull up her stats right. Um, but hey, you can't go wrong. I mean, the big three of them. I'll just go through her little game log right quick with y'all because I'm thinking about her last game. She had 10 points in this Rucker games, but she was 2 for 8. You see what I'm saying, guys? Then in this Maryland game, she had 19 points. Her field goal percentage was 50%. Okay, we good there. In Minnesota, she had 14 points and she was 6 for 8. So she was good there. Then Ohio State, she was 5 for 10, so 50%. She had 12 points. Then we get to this Oregon game. She played 27 minutes, guys, and then she was 0 for 3. Field goal percentage of 0%. So sometimes she's a little inconsistent at that guard spot. Even against an Oregon, to me, I mean, they have some good pieces, but they're not like a dominant team. They're not ranked at all. So I'm just expecting her to pick it up a little bit. But she's averaging about 12 points a game, 3.7 rebounds a game, and then 4.4 assists. The other person that's on their team was the transfer they got out of the portal, which is Janiah Barker. I'll go pull up her stats, and she's gonna come out this year. She's definitely say she's coming out this year. So let me go pull up her stats. Let me go pull up Janiah and see how she's doing. Where is the and then I'll get to USC in just a minute if I can find the thing that. But I think what's going on is I don't want to say they can be beat. I will say that. Even though they're the number 1 seed this season, hey ADP, how you doing? I'll drop the link for you, Keith. This season, I think we're pretty much we're in a season where I think anybody can get it at this point. I don't be fooled by a team that has never won and never lost a game. That's what I would say. Janiah Barker, let me pull up her stats for y'all right quick so I can talk about that a little bit. She's averaging 8 points a game, 6 rebounds a game, and 1.4 assists. She is shooting 45%, but she's 6'4", and I don't know. I expected a little bit more from her this season. Let's see what her last 5 games. This Rutgers game, she had 6 points. She played 15 minutes. They're not really playing a whole bunch, so you have that. Then this Maryland game, she was 0 for 3, and she had 0 points. As a 6'4" big, it's kind of It's getting scary, you know. And then, um, hey Key, how you doing?
Hey.
Then Minnesota, she had 3 points and she was 1 for 5, 20%. I'm talking about Janiah Barker. Then this Ohio State game, she had 6 points. She hit all her shots that game, and then the very next game for Oregon, she was out there 14 minutes. She was 0 for 5. She didn't hit a shot. So even though she a 6'4" big, she up and down on this team. Um, to me, what you think? I was just going through UCLA. I went through Lauren Betts. She's having a phenomenal season. Kiki Rice to me is a little bit inconsistent. Sometimes you don't know if she's gonna show up every night. To me, and Janiah Barker, like we've said before, I sometimes I watch her game. I don't. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Sometimes I don't. I think she be a little confused as to what's going on. I don't think she knows how to pick a spot on this team, or maybe she's having a hard time playing with Bet. I don't know what it is. What you think?
Yeah,
I
so
don't
I'll
know.
start from where you started from. Yeah, Lauren Betts obviously is having a phenomenal season. You would hope so with her height and talent. You know what I'm saying? That
Hmm.
she would in her junior year be starting to like, creep through. She's also already said that she's staying another year. She's not coming out.
Hmm.
So I see her just continuing to hone her skills and get better. Um when it comes to her too, like it would do her some good. Look at that. Like that field goal percentage 63%.
And
Like
I was telling them, like,
that's crazy. That's really
she's
good.
she's got a game here with 83% field goal.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll say this
I
though,
mean,
y'all.
93% field goal range.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
Oh.
good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch UCLA that much. I do know that they've started kind of allowing her to operate passing with the ball a little bit more. I like seeing that. I be honest, I'll be trying to turn her into Jokic a little bit.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
If I was them, but I don't think she has, because that was my next thing I was gonna say is I don't see her not under the basket a lot, which is not a bad thing, right? She's 6'7". I totally understand that, but I don't see her shooting a lot of mid-range shots. Or three pointers. Again, not a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, she really is a big's big. Like, she's gonna stay
Mm-hmm.
stay under the basket, operate under the basket. And if you look at her field goal percentage, that's fine because she's hitting those shots at a high clip as she should be for the most part. She's playing a lot of minutes, and she's able to be that efficient and do that well with a lot of minutes. I think that's really good. So Lauren Best is obviously their biggest player to ride on to make it far. Um
Mm-hmm.
USC does not have a 6'7" player. Like you don't. They have a 6'3" player and Kiki right in a Kiki Arafin.
Mm-hmm.
Um however, uh man, I see why people feel like we be glazing, but
It's
because
okay.
it's like that's what I could compare it to. Because I'm like, well, Angel 6'3" as well, but Angel was working Lauren in the post, like she was working her. Like Lauren ain't know what to do with Angel. You know what I'm saying? Because Angel gonna
Mm-hmm.
body you up. So if Kiki can replicate that and body
Mm-hmm.
Lauren up, then she's gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying?
And I
Uh,
definitely think she's she's got that little aggression in her.
yeah.
So I don't Lauren's more she's to me she's more of like a net big, but
Mm-hmm.
I think Kiki can bring the physicality to her in the paint. Now whether she gonna be able to still score while she battling her is gonna be the
In the paint.
question.
And that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. Because what would be good for Kiki though is Kiki does have a mid range game.
Right.
Um, and so she could maybe uh bring what you call it out of the post. And if Kiki could do if some people could cut to the basket, either Kiki could knock the shot down or somebody cut to the basket when Lauren comes out of the post to guard Kiki. She'll be good then. However, UCLA can also counter. I wonder if they put, because Janiah is just so tall, you automatically want to make her a center, but she's not a center. You know, just like Kiki's not really a center. They're not centers. They're tall power forwards, ball handlers. Rakia even that's not a power. She struggles to me at center or power forward. She's a more of a 3 or a 2 guard. That's just her skill set. So anyway, I say all that to say, if they put, now what they can do to counteract that is put Janiah Barker out there next to Lauren, so Lauren can stay in the post and be a post presence defensively, and then have Janiah try to guard Kiki Arafin, or you know, however that can go. You get what I'm saying? So that's Lauren Betts. And then Kiki, I see what you're saying. Like, I mean, that's what happened to them. I think when LSU played them, was that we just was getting in on Lauren Betts and the guards wasn't hot, unfortunately. So when she was kicking the ball out, the guards wasn't hot. So I think as long as they're hot, though, I think they did get help in the transfer. I think Tamia Gardner went there. That's another guard who can shoot the 3 at a high clip. So some things have changed, and obviously they've had time to gel. So I want to say, yeah, see, they got Janiah out there with Lauren in this clip. So I guess she do be out there sometimes with her. See how she just kicked the ball right back out. You know, just as it is. Yeah, I mean, I think Kiki, if she's on, they'll be good. And then Janiah, but Janiah, what you showed me with Janiah wasn't bad though. She just looks awkward out there to me. That's all I can say. But her numbers aren't terrible.
Yeah. I mean, she's one of them people. Let me go back and present. Let me stop this screen. She's one of them people. I don't know what to think. I'm gonna tell you, because she big enough to be if they playing Betts and her together at any time during the game, you would think a 6'7" and a 6'4" should be dominating.
Yeah,
but it don't always look like that. That's my thing with Janiah Barker. I just don't know. I don't know if she just don't feel comfortable. If this is her first year with them, so but the goal, yeah, she's averaging 8 points a game, which I guess is okay. It's just some of these games. I mean, 0 key, goose egg against Oregon, goose egg against Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah, her field goal percentage goes up and down. And I think
I mean, I don't
she's
know
a
if
big, right? Just in the paint, that's where
I don't know if they set Janiah. I don't know if they set Janiah up though for success. I don't know if she should have transferred there. At the end of the day, we ain't got to get into that per se, but it could be she's just, I don't know. It could be just her, but I'm willing to look at maybe it's her, but also I don't know if the coach is sincerely setting her up to play her best game because they have a Lauren Betts. That's their golden goose. They're focusing on her, making her look good. She will be the number 1 pick next year. And I don't think she really has to try hard either, but I think that they bet on having the 6'7" center this season. And by themselves having a 6'7" center, unlike last year, South Carolina having a similar thing, right? So the issue with a lot of our favorite teams is what? Post game, LSU, South Carolina, they don't have that issue though. UCLA don't have a post game issue. So, and they got some decent guards. So I think as long as the guards show up, I think it's 24-0. I think UCLA could pull this off as long as the guards show up.
And that's the thing. When you have that post presence, and it's a pretty consistent one, and then if your guards just make shots, and then you got a big post presence that can anchor you in the defense, that's a recipe for success, right? So I can understand completely how they are undefeated. I mean, they are a big team to contend with anyway. So if you got If you got people being efficient, if the post players are efficient, and then the guards come to play, multiple of them, I think it's two of them. They got Kiki and the other girl Gardner. I mean, you have yourself a problem because the shooting is coming from everywhere, and then the people in the post are not missing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and they're rebounding. They're getting more possessions than the other team because they're so big. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I would say, but I still think they could be beat though. After
Yeah,
I
I'm not
said all
saying I
I
don't think
said,
they could be beat. That's not where I'm at with it. Definitely not. I don't think they can't be beat. I just think if it's USC versus UCLA, I believe UCLA pulls this off. If you see
hmm
USC won too, like I'm not like, oh, they won. What? I'm shocked. Nah, I'm not saying that. But I'm just
right,
saying what UCLA has going on, I believe that they win. USC is struggling right now. They're struggling. JuJu Watkins,
yeah,
like last 10 games, her
that's what we're about to
efficiency
get
is
in now.
severely down, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, JuJu Watkins right now, guys. She's averaging almost 24 points a game, almost 7 rebounds a game, 3.5 assists a game, and her field goal percentage is 43%. But don't let that fool you, because like in the last, I would say about a good 5 games, her field goal percentage has been a little trashy. I don't know if it's a sophomore slump in the middle of the year, but she's got to snap out of it. Against Ohio State, even though they won that game, she shot 23% from the field. When they played Wisconsin, even though they won that game too, she shot 36% from the field. That loss they took to Iowa, which was, I didn't see that one coming, but
Yeah, me neither.
yeah, but that loss they took from Iowa, she shot 36% from the field that game. She had 27 points, but she's not really efficient though, guys. Minnesota, her field goal percentage was 29%, and then Purdue was that's right. She was right at 40% for that. So my thing about JuJu Watkins is now that and we've all lamented how great of a talent we think JuJu Watkins is. My problem with JuJu Watkins is I don't know if she trusts her coach because she be giving her the special side eyes sometimes,
Yeah.
and then she has to start spreading the ball, moving the ball around a little bit more movement. Sometimes she just dribbles into 2 or 3 people, and she's just expecting the best out of that situation when she got other teammates that can relieve some of the pressure off her. I don't know if she's trying to live up to the hype of everything that happened over the summer and all the
Yeah.
hype going on. She wants to keep her points up because she don't want people talking about it. But at this point, if Juju and Kiki can be on the same page, because the last couple of games, Kiki been getting in her bag,
Yeah.
because Juju was off. But I need them both to be on at the
Be on.
same time. That's
Yeah.
and what's promising for them though, y'all, is even with all that back and forth, they still winning games. Go Kiki.
Yeah, for sure. Super random, but I think it's a funny thought. When it comes to these uh transfers and stuff, they need to before they okay to
Oh yeah.
transfer, they need to do like a hey, y'all got to play a few pickup games. Um, y'all got to play a few
Together.
pickup games first before we okay to transfer because these people they transfer for a reason, right? Like I think
Right.
Kiki transferred because she obviously wanted her WNBA stock to go up, and she also wanted to win a championship. I think she thought I'm gonna go over here with Juju and we can pull that off. But now you see like the chemistry is struggling. Like they're struggling to find that chemistry, and at this point, it's something to be a little bit concerned if you're the coach about because um at first I said that's what the issue is. They just need time, right? You're like, oh, they just need time, but it's a little. into the season at this point, and it's like, yeah, it's still not looking too good.
It's still not.
Um,
Yeah,
they're still
we almost
struggling.
to March Madness, Key.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, I'm like, hey, if I'm a coach and somebody come through the transfer portal, y'all got to do a pickup game. I got to see if y'all got chemistry before I sign off, because all these names be wanting to move around and go here and there, and then it's like it's no chemistry. It's not happening. It doesn't look good. It's not fitting. But hey, that's the name of the game. It's all good. But I say all that to say, yeah, I mean, I don't think what she's going through is a big deal. I think the
Mm-hmm.
problem is the pressure that she needs to win a champ. Like, you're always playing to win, right? Like, so I'm not saying like a freshman can't win a championship or a sophomore. That's not what I'm saying necessarily, but I'm like, she's a sophomore. Like, all of these kinks she has in her game, um, I
She'll work it out.
believe will be worked out. I believe she
Mm-hmm.
obviously will be better. The issue is their success is too contingent on her. Does that make sense? It's
It
like
does.
y'all gotta figure out a system that is not just focused on her. But I also feel like then there's this like, what, not focusing on Juju, and it's like it's four other
Mm.
players on the court, it's 11 other players on the team. Like, I disagree, you know what I mean? Like that
Mm-hmm.
it should be like that. So that's just my thing. I do think she could assist more. I do believe that they as a team could move the basketball around more. I often see Juju get the rebound, come down, bull in a china shop, miss the
Mm-hmm.
shot. We going back to the other end, right? And the only
Right.
thing that's somewhat saving them is these teams that they're playing aren't the best teams, so they still end
Right.
up pulling it off, right? Um, and then what's another thing? I had another thought about it. Or somebody else gets the rebound, they come down the court and then they pass it to Juju, and then she like does some kind of play. Now sometimes I've seen her do a drive in, dish it to Kiki, a drive in, dish it out, or whatever the case may be, which is great for her to use for her because people can't wait to guard her in the paint. So the
Right.
dishing out is perfect. Running plays like that is perfect. The shot doesn't fall every time, but that's not the point of it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, I think they need to play a different game.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I think that's USC's issue, is they just need to play a different game.
So hold on before hold on. Hey, everybody in here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna read some of you guys' comments before we get back into what we think the game should be for this USC team. What is the coach doing? Do we blame it on the coach? Do we not blame it on the coach? You know what I mean? So let me
I'm
read
not
some of
blaming the
these.
coach.
Let me read some of these comments. Okay. UCLA should be winning this game. All things being equal, they are better at the one than USC. Never mind the Cardoso blueprint UCLA snatched from Dawn herself. USC won last year, but UCLA has no depth. Okay. Barker game is not strong. She showed that when she played against Angel and threw her hands up and because she couldn't handle her. I do remember. I do remember that, big girl. Thank you for that comment. Oh Lord, poor, poor, poor. Let's see what else we got. Oh, USC has zero answers for that 7'7" footer, and they have a better point guard. I can agree with I can agree with that, but I disagree with they don't have an answer for Lauren Beck. We're gonna see tonight, but I think Kiki up to the challenge unless they, like you say, Key, unless they pull her away and have to have her guard Janiah Barker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and then Kiki will have to contend with two. But I think Kiki is athletic enough to jump um and bang with Lauren Betts. But hey, that's just me. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Even if UCLA fumbles and loses, all they be helping is Notre Dame to be number one. True. They can't afford to lose. Their whole squad one wins are not enough. I don't know quite what you're saying about that, Washu, but we're gonna say, uh, okay. Juju is struggling by her standards, but it is what it is. She better turn up, or Bess is the only one chasing her doggo. Let's keep going. They over here talking about everything but you. Juju, as the stats show, wasn't better with the nerves due to her ball usage and inefficiency, as well as free throw based percentage for it. So no, the teams are better now. There's some elite teams. I get what he's trying to say. He's trying to say the teams are better than they were last year. But again, Washu, she's just a sophomore. So some things she's seeing because that first year, you know how it is, Key. That first year you play, you're a phenom, and everybody's not set up to defend you like you are this year. Not this year, you are the hunted, and everybody's watched tape on you. They've watched your tendencies. They've watched your inefficiencies. They're trying to exploit your weaknesses because they have had time to study you. That's what I think is what's happening to Juju. People have studied her tendencies and all that good stuff, and they're using it against her. It's up to Juju to recognize, hey, this is not working the way. Same thing we say about Angel. Sometimes we're like, okay, Angel, hey, don't just go up in there trying to bum rush. The tape is out. The tape is out. Like New York did her in that game against them. The tape is out. You got to do something else. You got to get better footwork. You got to do something else. You got to kick it out to your 3-point shooter. You got to move the ball around. You got to try to get easy shots. Try to come off a screen or something instead of just running headlong into the defense and hoping the shot go up. So, and I get it. She's got supreme confidence in her ability. But hey, let's make it a little easier on yourself, Juju. So I would say, okay, Tulip Play says Kiki cannot guard Lauren. She will get bodied. Kiki is big for nothing. She's a good wing defender, but terrible paint defender. Okay. And then Chicago Cheetah said Juju Watkins needs to take her time. Kind of like what you were saying. Yeah. Kind of like what you were saying. So hold on.
Yeah.
Let's go look at before we get off of this, I wanted to go look at Kiki Erica. You think she's still going? You think her draft stock is still up?
I don't see why it wouldn't be. That's my opinion, but I know a lot of people is just like not high on her anymore due to
why, though.
USC is looking. I think it's apples to oranges. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand why it wouldn't be high regardless of anything.
Yeah, I wonder why. 'Cause she's a 6'3". She's another one. And where she came from? Stanford? Yes, Stanford.
Yes.
She went to a new team, new system. She's averaging 18 points a game, 8 rebounds a game. Let me go check her game log, see what she did. That Ohio State game. She was 8 for 18 for 44%, and then 6 for 11. That Iowa game, Lord, both of them was off because she was 4 for 11, Key, in that game against Iowa. Yeah. And then that Minnesota, she was 9 for 11. And Purdue, she was 3 for 7. She's also. Do you think she's shooting enough?
Yeah, I think people are not understanding. Like,
I'm not understanding why they not.
Have y'all watched?
I'm not understanding why the chemistry is not there.
Have y'all watched USC play? Like, actually watched them play and paid attention to how they play?
I watched they crazy stuff.
Juju is so dominant with the ball, yo. Like, she's very dominant with the ball. I'm not blaming her for that. I'm just saying Juju shoots sometimes 22 24 times a game.
Okay.
So you asking me, does Kiki Arifin shoot enough? Probably not. If my teammate taking 24 goddamn shots and we don't have a point guard necessarily to set us up in a certain way or whatever the case may be, that's being said or whatever. I don't know, but it's just
it's given a lot of ball watching by her teammates. That's what it's given. A lot of ball watching, a lot of running down the court, and let's see what JuJu gonna do.
I mean, you have to do that though, because that's what JuJu does. What you think they're gonna say? JuJu give me the ball? They're not gonna tell her to give them the ball. So you kind of just be like, all right, well, she gonna do whatever she want to do, and we just gotta watch it happen.
And you remember I said before, I said, look, I said, Key, I get that JuJu needs to make better decisions, right? I get that. But her coach, somebody needs to rein her in, Key. That's what the coach is supposed to do. At least say, hey, look, what we doing? What your teammates are not even in it. They can't get in a rhythm with the way you're flowing through the offense. What are we doing?
I think I guess these are all great. This is all great. I'm with you. I'm with you. I mean, it just seems like she's the next thing, right? Like she's the next phenom. So I don't know if they struggling to rein that in and be like, yo, like we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? If you what do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? And not even what you want to do, because you're not bigger than the program at the end of the day. So you can tell me what you want to do, but it has to work with what's best for the team. And I think they're afraid to rein her in. And I mean, everybody's making fun of that clip where coach is talking to her and she kind of looks like she's uninterested, which is fine. Like we all been there, done that. Been, you know, your mama talking to you, you love, and you just, you know, whatever,
you
right?
Just looking off to the left, but I
right,
still would have
exactly.
got but I get you.
and right, that's why I'm like, I'm not trying to like judge her or knock her for doing that, but at the end of the day, the coach is trying to like because I think people are very hard on her coach, like, oh, she sucks and this, that, and the third and whatever. And I disagree. I don't think this is solely on her. I think you want to coach a talent like this. I think you want them to listen, but them coaches can't go out there and play for them. And she's not going to bench, you know, JuJu Watkins.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're just not doing it. And that's not the type of, now if she played for fucking Coach Moki, that's a different story. You know what I mean? Coach Moki's sitting everybody, you know, for the most part. I think Flaude is the only one that she kind of be lenient with, but everybody else, she's sitting your ass. And she sits Flaude too, you know. So
right.
She yeah, exactly. Washu too. Hidalgo shoots around the same amount of shots, but out of those, she'll do maybe 2 or 3 stupid plays a game where she does like some bull in a China shop or forces a shot or whatever. However, Hidalgo is efficient and she has a point guard like Olivia. G, man, that's my opinion. She's not a good PG. That's my opinion.
Okay, that's what. Yeah, she's 5'11". She's a graduate student, so she's, you know.
Yeah.
I can go look up her stats. She got a weird name, TV, all of him, but yeah, guys, I don't too much see her. You know what I mean? I don't too much see her too much, Key.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's. But do you think JuJu's a point guard? No, right?
She's a combo guard.
No, I'm talking about, do you think she should be playing that position? Do you think they need a point guard?
No. Hey, Tulip. So I want to just say this. Shout out to you for coming through, but we put on our title what we're talking about today or at the moment, and we try to stick to our topic. It makes the video a lot more, you know what I'm saying, enjoyable to watch. So Maybe we'll do a WNBA free agency or whatever, and then we can talk about what you suggested. But we're not kind of getting into that.
Yeah, we're
To
trying to
stick to the topic.
she got 6 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists a game. She's shooting 38% from the field, y'all.
Okay, but
So this is the TVO child.
right.
So yeah,
And then Brass is saying Kaylee Heckle. That's another PG. I'm assuming he's saying it. He said it like 4 times.
Kaylee Heckle.
Yes.
All right.
Y'all, you talk about fine. You can do a better job than do it. Juju is overrated. The girl from Prince is way better than she ever did. Mark Harper, I never said to fire the coach. I don't actually agree with people who thinks the coach should be fired. I don't agree with that. That's not my thought process on it. That's just me.
Now she's a freshman.
We read it. Brass tacks. I read it. He said Kaylee Heckle a few times. We read it.
Yeah, I'm pulling up now, Brass tacks. Give me a chance. You want to come up here and talk about her for a minute? I'll give you a look. I really and truly didn't know who, because she's so
I couldn't
dominant.
remember TVO. I couldn't remember her name, and then I'm like, trying to remember this one. I said Bickle. I said something Bickle, and then he said Kaylee Heckle.
Yeah, it's Heckle. So we was butchering her name. Is that what we was doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so
no, I don't want to.
She only played like 17 minutes, 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Okay.
That's because TVO is the starting point guard.
Gotcha. Yeah. So they go back and forth between her and her.
Them.
But most of the time, Juju has the ball in her hand. Most of the time.
Yeah.
If they not handling the ball. So, like I say, I'm trying to figure out what are they doing, Key, because here come Brad Tag. He gonna explain it to Brad Tag. This is team. Hey, Brad Tag, this Keisha.
What's happening, y'all?
Don't be coming up here glazing now. Don't be coming up here glazing. I'm just messing with you.
I'm gonna tell the truth as I see it.
All right.
So whether that's perceived as glazing or not, my dear sister, that's in the eye of the beholder.
I understand.
I think their starting point guard is Kaylee.
It's TVO. TVO is the starting point guard.
Oh, so they replace Heckle.
Yeah, Heckle be coming in. TVO starts she transferred into there from like Oregon or something. She's been starting.
Yeah, I know. I thought they were I thought she was starting Heckle too.
No, I believe it's TVO. JuJu.
I could have sworn she was starting Heckle.
Let me pull it up. Let me see. She might have been, but I'm pretty sure she comes off the bench. Let me see.
Well, like we just, I could.
That's Von Ohlhoffen. Her dad used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Chemo Von Ohlhoffen, and he played.
Really?
He's a football player. Yeah, former NFL football player. That's his baby girl.
I got a question for you, Brad. So I keep pulling that up.
What is?
What do you think needs to happen for JuJu to be more successful, especially with this big game looming? What do you want to see tonight from the people around that can help JuJu be JuJu? Because I just feel like sometimes, I don't know. We talked about chemistry. I don't know what it is. So
she needs some damn help. She needs some damn help. That's what she needs.
From who, though, specifically?
Specifically, the girl that was projected early in the season to be number 2 in the pick.
You talking about Kiki?
Fan. Mm-hmm. Yes. But there's 2 problems they have. One is their coach. I don't like their coach. I don't like who I call God Dweeb. I don't like her. She don't know what she's doing. Number 2, They're young. They're a very young team. Mostly freshmen, and the older ones is is it Liatu King?
Mm-hmm.
She's old. Wait, Liatu is
Liatu
before the
King
name.
is on
I'm thinking
Notre Dame.
Kennedy.
No, Kennedy.
Kennedy is the freshman, right?
Yes.
Smith.
Yeah, but she's the dynamic freshman. Need help from her, more consistent. But I like her. Of all the freshmen, she's the best one to me.
Right.
But yeah, JuJu simply needs help because defenses are keying on her. Sometimes I watch the film. I watch people break down film on YouTube all the time about JuJu.
Right.
And she's off the triple team, double team. They want to get the ball out of her hand and put it in somebody else's to make them beat them. Right. And you know, for the most part in recent games in particular, that has been effective.
And if she knows that, you're saying she's kicking it out and not getting help,
she makes the right basketball play. If you're sucking in the defense and they come in the triple team and you drawing in the defense, you're supposed to kick it out.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's up to her teammates to make the damn shot.
Right.
If they don't make the shot, that puts pressure on JuJu to go against 1-on-3 or 1-on-4, 1-on-2, in some cases 1-on-5 when she's on the fast break. They all pay attention to her. So when that happens and she feels like she ain't getting no help, she's gonna try to go 1-on-3, and that doesn't work all the time, especially considering, you know, we gotta realize JuJu's still young herself. She ain't even 20 yet.
Oh yeah, we realize it.
She's a baby. She ain't in a woman body yet. And I think this year it could go either way with them, but in my opinion, they're not going to the Final Four, and they'd be lucky to get to the Elite Eight simply not because of JuJu, but because of her teammates. They're too young. They're very young, and they're not battle tested.
So
see, last year's team, USC, JuJu had a lot of veterans around her. That's why she was able to shine, hit 50 points in one game, and do other things that she was able to do. But she doesn't have that luxury this year. But go ahead. What was you going to ask?
I was going to ask you. So you don't put any onus on JuJu for playing a little hero ball?
No, because number one, her coach is lousy, and JuJu is not a hero ball mentality girl. She likes getting other players involved, even though that's not the popular belief by a lot of critics. She's not a hero ball player. She doesn't want to be one. If you look at her body language when Gottlieb is talking to her, it's like she's staring off into space. It's like, I wish she'd shut up. And did I really come to the right place? I predict she ain't gonna last beyond this season, Gottlieb. I'll be shocked if she's the coach next season, because I really don't. She doesn't run plays conducive to JuJu being effective, either offensively as far as a distributor or as a scorer. She doesn't get her open.
So
and
you know what I'm hearing, Brass Tag?
What's that?
What I'm hearing is JuJu don't trust her teammates and her coach.
Would you?
Yeah, but the same coach was there last year.
They had a veteran team.
But then why are we putting the blame on the coach is my point.
I just don't like her. That's just me.
And that's fair. I thank you. I like you, Brass. I like you. If you say I just don't like her, then
I don't like her.
Okay.
As a coach, as a coach, when I hear her talk, she doesn't seem very motivational to me. She seems more like she likes rhetoric and anecdotes and stuff like that. It just seems manufactured, not coming from the heart type. I don't know. It's just something about her personality and the way she coaches that I just don't like. And simple things like keeping Juju in the game when you up 50 points in the fourth quarter and she's still playing. It's that kind of stuff that makes me question her as a coach, because there's no way in hell I wouldn't have her in there in the third quarter if I'm up 30.
I agree with that. I
So,
agree. She should have been out of the game when
she's
it was up.
questioning. Now, I'm not saying Juju is perfect and that sometimes she makes the wrong. She's a young player. They're going to make mistakes. I get that.
Right.
I get that. I'm not putting all of 100,000% of the onus on their teammates and coach, because there's some times when you see Juju when she does feel like she has to play hero ball instead of making a good play. But more often than not, she does make the right play, in my opinion, because you're supposed to dish the ball. If you got three people guarding you, somebody open.
Yeah, I agree. You're supposed to dish the ball.
Yeah, I mean, somebody open. It's just that those open players aren't making plays. Now, I forget the blonde-haired girl's name who comes in and shoots threes. She's streaky, but when she gets hot, that's when things get better for USC as a whole, and also opens up for Juju. But again, this is a very young team, and they play like it more times than not. Now we're gonna see tonight what happens, because they could be up and down too. One minute they look like world beaters, and the next minute they look like, okay, why are you out here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I know what you're saying.
So I still believe Juju is the best player in the country, simply because her team is not as good. We could say Hidalgo. It's easy to say Hidalgo, and I love Hannah Hidalgo. I can't say it enough that I love her to death. But when you have Olivia Miles, when you have Liatu King, when you have Sonia Centron, name any player on that team, on USC's team other than Juju, that's as good as or better than them. I'll wait. Kiki, no, because she's inconsistent. Now, as far as talent, physical talent and potential, I'd put Kiki in that group. But for me, she's too. Consistency to me is a great attribute you have to have as a top-notch. You talking about a lottery pick? When you are projected to be a lottery pick, consistency is the best policy for you.
I got you. Hold on, Bryce. Let me get Key in here. What you thinking, Key? What you thinking?
Okay, so I mean, I feel what Bryce is saying for sure. And I feel like it could just be looked at from so many sides. So I definitely understand. I'm looking at some of the comments as well. Like Miss D said, she a okay coach. She not the one to bring in recruits to help Juju win a chip. Well, that's not true, because she had the best. She had the best.
That's right.
Recruiting class. You know what I'm saying? So I personally think from the outside that I think you could absolutely be like, yeah, I'm just not feeling said person, said player, said coach. But I'll say this, I do think that there's too much pressure on the coach and on Juju. I think there's too much pressure on both. And I don't think there's anything. That's the funny thing. Like, I point out her inefficiency and what she can do better, Juju, as a player, but I also think it's on track. Like, I think you're supposed to be doing shit like that your sophomore year.
Right,
that's what you're supposed to be messing up. Like, you're not supposed to be this perfect player. You have to grow from these moments. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of moments that turn you into, this is where villain origin stories come from. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about, people are watching Fee turn into this freak of a player, right? She's always been great, but they're seeing her turn elite. Well, her origin story is she lost that damn championship. And now she's like, I refuse to lose. And this is turning me into a beast. So for me, this stuff for Juju is just, it's what trains you into one of the greatest players in the world. So I don't see the issue, but we're here, right, as people on this platform to critique. We're gonna critique, and what the fuck do we know, really? But we're gonna we gonna critique from our perspective. So my critique is that the way that they play, maybe the plays that they're running, their style of play does not work for this specific team. But this is the team you have, so that matters, right? So I think that they should have a lot more of Kiki and JuJu being in tandem and being featured a lot more, and JuJu driving and hitting Kiki with the assists, things like that. Now, I'm not saying I have not seen that. I've seen it, but I think we could see more of it. There's times where I'll see a play work for a team. It might not even be USC specifically. And I'm like, why are we going away from that? Right? Like, if a play works, do it until they figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Do it until they can stop it. And so I've seen JuJu drive, kick it, like, hey, you can play better team basketball, win or lose.
I don't know what they go. I wouldn't.
We'll see.
What you got, Brass? What you think?
Maybe Samaya for Koval. You could get a little bit.
In the pocket on her.
Well, you know, nah, you know they be hating.
I ain't gonna be hating. They're gonna say.
Well, I'll tell you this. Let me ask y'all this question. So,
you know what?
Y'all be running around here talking about Fonte.
My bad. That wasn't national, Keisha. That wasn't national, Keisha. They don't know that wasn't national, Keisha. They were just saying that guards in the ACC. My bad. They were just talking about guards.
Also, because I've seen a couple of lists where Morrow, Flage, and Michaela's on
they talk about guards in particular. They just talk about guards in particular. But I got you.
You know,
Michaela gonna have to. You know what it is? She gonna have to have a breakout year. Like, she just gonna have to put up or shut up. But I do think that they play on her top. I do think they play on Michaela's top a lot, actually.
It would be difficult to not pick. If somebody was to say, okay, Brass, if you're gonna pick between Olivia Miles, Hidalgo, Centron, and Michaela Williams, I'd be hard pressed not to pick Michaela Williams. Her upside is crazy.
And she plays the right way. You know what I mean? She just
She plays the right way. She's a what we say, a plug and play player. She's a plug and play player.
Plug and play player.
Literally.
Her shot is just so beautiful.
Yeah. I love Michaela's game.
It's tough.
We hope to see y'all in the tournament. You know,
I love
Keisha, check something out real quick though, because they saying something about the stream being suspended. Make sure you check on that. I hope, because I don't want you to do. Yeah, but we're not showing it, because I DM'd you. I hope you saw it, and I deleted mine. But I don't understand it, because we're not showing anything illegal. So I don't get why they
it still says I'm live though. Hold on. Let me see.
It still say you live. Check your email though to see if YouTube sent you something.
Yeah, I'm about to go in my studio while y'all talk.
It's live on mine. It's
live on mine, but let me go check my studio.
Maybe
went to YouTube. It still says live.
Yeah, I still got the screen up that I see right now. I hadn't changed it, but let me go to my studio and just see if I got any kind of notification.
Yeah, go in there and check that out.
No, I don't have nothing.
So I don't know what maybe they just not seeing it. Just remove this screen for now, though, just in case.
I'll remove it. I don't know what they talk. I'll stop that screen though. Let me see. I don't see nothing. Let me hit the refresh. Look, let me hit the refresh button. You know, that might have been a cane. No, I don't see nothing. So who knows? But yeah,
the twins are better than I thought. I thought they was just YouTube or social media princesses.
Oh nah, they good.
Yeah, they pretty good.
Yeah, they good. They could play.
Yeah, they pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, they can play.
They giving North Carolina State problems.
Are they?
Yeah, it's only 68-69. 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Sanaya Rivers. She didn't make the three.
I'm not gonna be out here. I need to bet some money, but I don't want to lose my money. Them Trojans them Trojans come out there talking
Look,
crap and stuff like
Wash
that.
you said, damn, Notre Dame still have that girl Prosper on rotation. Nah, this feeling like a Gamecocks bench. Yup. They got when they lost to TCU and that other team, they were down like an entire bench. Everybody was injured.
They didn't have Maddie, they didn't have Prosper.
Somebody and the girl with the blonde hair with that braid. They didn't have that girl either.
Right.
So not saying they still shouldn't have lost it if you ask, because I watched both games and it was they was killing them, and then it slipped in the fourth quarter. It just slipped right in front of them for both games. They still shouldn't have won, but I do think that played a part. In them losing. But yeah, they got a deep bench. They're ready for Maddie came back just in time, if you ask me, for March Madness.
Yes.
Well, I do want her to get her foot in under her faster though, which her shots dropping, but I guess it's her shot is starting to drop now for sure. What I want to see out of her a little bit more is just better defense. They be blowing by Maddie, man.
One thing that she doesn't hang her hat on.
Nah, man, they be blowing by her. It's crazy. I'm like, girl.
Yeah,
it's like she trying to do something. You can't get mad at she's trying to do
on defense.
Yeah, but the injury was a foot injury, Keisha. So I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt that she's still coming back, and maybe she don't trust her foot. I don't know.
She was never known as a defender, though. No, even when she was healthy, she was known as a stretch, your offensive stretch four that can stretch the defense and shoot the three.
Yeah,
that's why in a lot of WNBA mock drafts she's like second round.
Yeah, for sure.
She's like second round. Like
I want her at 16.
I don't mind if the Sky get her, but if there's other options on there, but like with all four, we having 4 picks, I'd pick up Maddie in a heartbeat because she she's that stretch four they're looking for.
Yeah, I agree. I would get her at number 16 for sure.
Yep, if she's there, definitely. Definitely.
She's projected for 15. She's projected to go to Minnesota.
Yep.
So, but then I'm like, I want Isaiah James too. So I'm like, but Isaiah not dropping to 22. So
I bet she don't.
I know she's not.
Depending on what she's doing in the tournament, I think she can move up to that late first.
Yeah. I mean, she's projected late first now. She's in where you want to know where she at, Brad? She's where Janiah was. They put her in Janiah's spot. She's like 12 now, I think.
Wow. Yeah, she's moving up the spot.
Absolutely.
She's
36-point game, 36-point game the other day.
Yeah, she's balling.
Yeah, like.
Ooh, wait, that was a nice 3. It's still close, 70-74, 442. But
hey.
Yeah, but
I hate that it's coming on so late, y'all. I'm gonna
be that's my only thing. I think I'm gonna stay up and watch it though. Now you
West Coast time.
I got me curious, Keisha.
Got you curious.
Yeah, I was gonna go to sleep. I ain't gonna hold. I was like, man, I ain't watching it. I'll catch it tomorrow. I'll watch it during work. But I might stay up and watch it because I think I'm curious now, and I want to see it. I want to see what's going on. I'm curious to see what Kiki does with Lauren Betts. But but y'all see it. So tonight, I think if they lose, ain't it UCLA? Somebody was talking about the seeding.
It got something to do with that Big Ten. Hold on.
Oh, it's the Big Ten seeding.
I think so. Hold on. Let me see. Let me go back up. I think I got this matchup. Now moving on. Somebody said something about it messes with the Big Ten.
Is it Big Ten or is it? So when does March Madness seeding start to matter?
Around this time, around February, March.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I think it's February, the March Madness.
I think they only have a few regular season games left.
Yeah, so
only 2 of them left. And so they're gonna start seeding these conference tournaments And right
Somebody was saying
now,
USC
UCLA
needs
be the number
to.
one seed in the Big Ten, and I think
Yes.
USC could be the number two seed even right now.
Okay, so somebody was saying that USC needs to win this game if they want to have
The
good
number one
seeding
seed.
to get further in March Madness.
Well, I mean, you one of the two seeds, you good. You just don't want those lower seeds like 5, 6, 7. You know what I mean? Because then
Right.
you end up playing in the second round, third round. You end up playing South Carolina or somebody like that. You know what I mean? So
Right. That's the thing. Yeah, that
But I don't think I think USC, they done lost what, 2 games now? Two? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Ohio and is it Ohio? Am I done? No, Iowa. I'm tripping.
Oh,
Iowa and Notre Dame. They lost those 2 games.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
won the UConn game.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, they're not
yeah,
that bad.
I think they just care about their feeding. But like Brad said, I don't know if it's gonna be that
Because
much of a
in the conference championship, in the conference tournaments, the top seed usually get a bye.
right. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Okay, so Washu said USC needs to beat UCLA or Texas needs to beat LSU to keep the number 1 seed. Oh, okay, I get it.
Oh, that's national. They're talking national now. Now they're talking in the national tournament.
Right, March Madness. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they talking about
About the conference. I thought you were talking about the conference tournament.
I'm talking about March Madness. They were saying
Madness.
like
Yeah. The top seeds as of right now is South Carolina, UCLA, USC, and Notre Dame. On the cusp is like LSU. Who else?
See, we need to beat Texas.
Texas is another one. Yeah, Texas is another potential number 1 overall, or not overall, but number 1 seed. Who else is in the mix? I think that's about it. Those are the UConn. UConn too. So, but
UConn play South Carolina.
UConn stands over the top 5 and top 10, so they're probably a 2 or 3 seed as of right now.
Right. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it. I think South Carolina gonna knock them off on Sunday, but we shall see.
Yeah, right. I think they will too.
Yeah, they're not beating South Carolina. I don't think they're not beating South Carolina.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't think so either, right? I don't think so either.
I don't see it.
No. They Dawn gets up for those games. Her team gets up for them games. They're not losing to them. Is it at South Carolina or at Connecticut?
Oh, that's a good question. Hold on.
I don't know.
If it's at South Carolina, they definitely losing. Hold on.
Hey, where they just? Oh no, they lost in Texas.
Yeah, they lost at Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, they lost in Texas. Yeah. Let's see. Where?
And I think Texas is a little better than. To me, they're a little better than UConn. If you ask me.
Really?
I think so because I think their size. I think their size is what makes the difference with Texas.
Yeah. Other than Sarah Strong, they don't really have
size like that.
They got that like that with the ponytail. Yes, they do. What's her name?
About that girl from Egypt? Nah. No.
Yeah, she's tall as hell.
But she's not that good though.
She's not good, Key.
Not that good. She's not that good.
And Azzy just had a 34-point game. Okay.
Well, so now if you want to talk about weak conferences, if you want to make that argument,
I need to see her do that against a good team.
Yeah, let's see them do that against SEC with the kind of defense UConn. I mean, the kind of defense that South Carolina plays.
Because she went in there with Tennessee, we couldn't find her. Disappeared.
If she gets hot, then Raven will shut her water off. Mm-hmm. And Pow and Tessa, they've improved greatly on the defensive end.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
I just don't see, and then they don't match the physicality. They just kind
Yeah.
of.
You know, Gino has been complaining about that for years, about South Carolina's physicality and what the referees, quote unquote, let them do.
Yeah, he has.
He don't like. There's nothing.
I definitely think South Carolina gonna win. That's not what I was doubting. But I don't. Do you think it's gonna be like a blowout win?
She was talking about.
No, I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. No, I just think by the fourth quarter they're gonna put the clamps down.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is, though.
It's gonna be bad if it's a blowout. That's for sure. It's gonna be bad for you.
If they're playing in Stores, Connecticut, okay, I'll go with that. That is going to be pretty close. But if they playing at the Gamecocks, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it's a blowout.
The game with USC versus UConn, they was in UConn. They were UConn, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe they was at UConn when it was USC versus UConn.
Yeah, that game was at Stores, yes.
Right, and USC pretty much was blowing them out until the late fourth quarter. So I mean, it's not crazy for them to get blown out, y'all.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they struggling.
This ain't one of Dino's better teams. This ain't one of better teams.
Yeah,
I mean, they just don't have the grunge, right? Like they don't have the grit. They don't. Yeah,
it's in South Carolina.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's gonna be a problem for Gino.
Yeah, and they coming out. I mean, they gonna because South Carolina tonight. They playing Florida. They gonna try to beat the hell out of the Gators.
Now, what you say? They play Sunday.
They play Florida tonight at 7:00, and then they gonna play Sunday at UConn. UConn is gonna play there, so yeah. They already mad about the Texas game. They're gonna take it out on UConn.
So that's in between. That's in between the unrivaled games, right? So that's in Miami. Yeah. So don't be surprised if you see Stewie, Aaliyah Edwards,
and all of them come,
and Azare, and all of them in the house, as well as Asia Wilson and Alicia Gray, and Aaliyah Boston. Don't be surprised if you see them courtside at the game Sunday, because that's a marquee matchup and usually the superstars show up.
So Texas, somebody say Texas playing Kentucky right now.
Yeah, they playing Kentucky right now. Yep.
Texas should win that game, but we shall.
Yeah, and South Carolina playing Florida too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the one I'm watching.
Yeah, the SEC is just they just beat up on each other the whole conference play.
I don't think they beating up on each other. It's just that the top two gonna beat up on everybody else, with a couple of exceptions. The top three teams is Texas, LSU, and South Carolina, in my opinion.
But hey, Key, I hope Paige and UConn come in there Sunday and pull the upset. We'll like it as a Tiger fan. Go come on and whoop them again. Go come up in there.
No, that's facts. That's fact. I'm liking the upsets though. I like that. Like, it's been years and years and years where everybody like, oh, this team gonna win. You kind of don't bat your eyes, and finally this year, and I think we'll continue to see it in the years to come. It's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Tennessee gonna be good next year. You know what I'm saying? They may not be the best right now, but you can see the potential in Tennessee next year. You know, so a lot of these teams, I like the upsets, to be honest. I like it. It means March Madness is March Madness is always competitive, but I just feel like it's gonna come down to the wire a lot. So
this game came on at 6:30 because it's 53-27 already.
For what? For what game?
South Carolina, Florida.
Oh Lord, they're gonna kill the Gators. Yeah.
You coming up a loss? Oh yeah, you know they
mad right now.
Yeah, they mad as hell.
And Don slapped them around in the background in the locker room and told them not to tell their mama.
How about the matchup of the top freshmen in the country, Edwards and
Sarah Strong.
Sarah Strong.
I think it'll be
Mm.
good. The only thing is, does Edwards have a 3-ball?
No.
No.
Okay, that's where Sarah kind of
Mid range. She has a mid range post up.
Mm-hmm.
Does the
great
dirty
footwork.
work.
She has pretty good footwork. I've
Mm-hmm.
noticed
She'll
that.
back it down. She's a offensive rebounder, and
Yeah,
she's pretty good on the defensive end too.
yeah. That's
And she's
where
6'3". And she's 6'3". So size, there ain't gonna be no size mismatch.
Sarah be
Right.
giving me 4 sometimes, don't she? Sarah be giving me 4 sometimes.
Sometime, but she's mainly up.
Yeah, she give you
Ah,
more big, but just with a 3-ball.
yeah. She
Okay.
give me more big than she do. But if she gonna be a big, she can protect the paint. It's just I don't know. I don't know what's going on. That team is just not. It's just not physical enough.
No,
They play.
that's their Achilles heel. Yeah, like they
Yeah,
not
they
if they
play like
play with a physical team, they don't know what to do with it. When a team get in
like
their stuff, they
oh
don't know
you
what to do
keep
with it.
hitting me. Stop hitting me. Like and so now Sarah Strong, she can take the physicality, I believe. But the
Yeah.
rest of them, it looks like I'm not
They
trying
get
to get hurt.
flustered. They get
And I,
flustered. I think Paige can too, though. I think Paige be up for the challenge.
yeah,
She do. I do think Paige shows up. I do.
okay. Now I'm look, I love Paige. But her own coach was calling her out at that press conference the other day, huh?
It was, but sometimes I think Gino be using Paige as a scapegoat, and I don't like that.
Because he was
I
like, I
don't.
just expected more from my star player.
Like,
I'm
what are
like,
you talking about? Like,
I was
what
like,
what do
okay,
you
Gino.
want her to play in the system, or do you want her to play out of it? Like, what is it that you're looking for from her? And are you telling her that when you send her back, when she comes to the bench, are you saying, hey, go out there and make some shit happen? Because for the most part, the plays they run is screens and shit like that for Paige to come off of and shoot, a quick release shot. That's what he be doing. But do you want her to go out there and play street ball? Like, I don't get what he be wanting from her. And that's where sometimes I'm like, you kind of throwing her under the bus with some of your comments.
I can feel you on that. But
You know what I'm saying?
he was just out there like, I just expected more from my star player, and I just expected this and expected that. And I was sitting there watching it going, okay, this is different. Okay,
Yeah, like, what are we
so
talking about?
now we're saying, because what I took from it is, it's not my system. They're just not rising to the challenge, is what he was trying to say.
I
My system
think
is
that's a fair,
fine.
if I'm not disputing that that's a fair assessment if that's the assessment, but I'm not getting to me, it does not seem like he gives her that okay in the games. That's my perspective. But I have heard people say she's too passive, right? Like, she passes the ball too much sometimes. My question is, do you want her shooting the 20-something shots a game? Now, Paige is, I think, one of the, if not like top 5 most efficient players, like ever type shit. So she takes smart shots and she's super efficient. And I say that to say, like, that doesn't mean you win. So I don't want to, because I've critiqued JuJu, right? It's not a to me, if Paige is efficient, then yeah, you can take more shots, right? Because you are efficient. So if you take 20-something shots versus 15, then you're gonna make a few more shots. And yeah, that might help your team out. But he plays in a system that is very much, you can just see it when you watch it. You kind of could see what's about to happen. You know what I mean?
Key. We
We're
there.
here. Okay, so that's where I'm like, does he just want her to just?
I was just trolling Gino, because Gino pretty much was like, I need you to be JuJu. I need you to take the bull by the horns and go be the best
But
player.
you ain't played that girl that way in 5 years. Why the hell you think on the 5th year that's what she finna do? You ain't never played her like that. And basketball is muscle memory. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in her 5th year, you want her to be some breakout shooting 26 baskets a game? Like I'm just kind of confused.
And to me, if I was Paige, I'd just do my own look. You know what?
Since
I'm
you
gonna go
said
do my.
that, right? Like,
Since you
yeah, I'm about to
said
go
that,
in there and play like a hooper on the playground. Since you said that,
I'm about to
shit.
go take the game over.
Right.
But
Pass me the
but
ball.
right.
Shit.
But I've seen a couple of times during that last game. I think when they played Tennessee,
Yeah.
it looked like Chin was running around there trying to do something. I'm like, Chin, what's going on with this? If you don't get that ball to somebody that can do something, and then Azy Fudd she wasn't aggressive either. I think he was kind of talking about her too.
Yeah, and she's not gonna
So
be, so he could let that shit go. She's not about to be aggressive because of that injury.
yeah, so it's kind of like, well, I just thought my best players was gonna just, get up for these games. That's what she said.
You know, we just talking about Joyce Edwards. She got 18 points in the first half.
Oh yeah, she punishing them for little children because Don. I told you Don got belt to ass when they left Austin,
You know
Texas.
that because Tahina Pow is 4 for 4 from 3, so they're the leading scorers on their team, and that's what that's what I was telling Brooklyn and Bro Claude now about her. That's why I don't like Pow. One game she's shooting 4 for 4. The next game 1 for 6 from 3. I don't like streaky shooting. She's gotten better driving to the bucket and get to the free throw and stuff like that. I get it, but let's just keep it real. Her job is to hit threes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she can be versatile. Yes, she can be valuable as a but if I'm a general manager, your strength supposed to be hitting threes, and that's what I want you to do. Everything else is just icing on the cake. I get it. I may have players. I may have players that already know how to drive and kick and shoot the mid range and the floater and stuff like that. I need you to hit that 3-point consistently, and that's what I don't see with her. I see her being streaky. That's why I like Tessa Johnson a little bit better. Now she hasn't shown
I
it
like
much.
Tessa.
She hasn't shown it much. Like I thought this would be a breakout year for Tessa, and she hasn't done that yet. But
Yeah, nah.
She usually breaks out when it's tournament time. That's why her nickname is Tournament Tessa.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't for Camila Cardoso last year, she'd have won MVP, well, most outstanding player.
But that's where you could find flaw in anybody's system, though, right? What you just pointed out, Brass, because some would say, damn, I can't stand how Kim Mulkey only goes 6 deep, but you get to see her star players every single game, and they're gonna fill up that stat sheet every single game. But then you have like you got the Geno systems and the Dawn systems, and it's like, hey, you're not going to see those players' potential until they make it to the WNBA. You're just not. You're going to see snippets of it. You're going to maybe one game here or there, or maybe a March Madness or something, but you're never just going to see, any player just be a standout at any point in time. Like that's how I feel with their type of systems. So it's flaws, and that's why when we get into like, I seen people saying Geno don't need to, his system. It's like, it's flaws in all that shit. It's flaws in Kim Mulkey's system too. She don't play with system and nothing like that. She let her players shine. You gonna get your shine and you gonna get yours.
I don't see Dawn's system as being the problem with Pow streakiness.
You think it's just
you either a shooter or you're not. Like Steph Curry, I don't care what system he in.
He gonna shoot.
The boy can shoot. About the
I get where you're coming from.
So I mean, I've seen it in men, women.
Was he like that in college?
When you got,
Was he like that in college?
Steph?
Yeah,
he was.
At Davidson?
Yeah, he was.
Yes. But that's why he was a lottery pick. Over his brother. His brother wasn't. And he played at a bigger school.
It's just that it was his size. He was a little
slight. But he was the best shooter in that draft.
Yeah, he was.
So again, there's a difference between shooters and streak shooters. Streak shooters, when they get hot, the basket gets real big. But when they go cold, that basket becomes like the little kiddie goals you see that your little kids play on.
Not the kiddie goal.
Yeah, the kitty goat. With Steph, it's always big.
Like Key. Steph in college shot 47% from the field, and then he shot from the three. He shot 41% from the three.
But
That's high.
was he in a similar system as Don?
I don't remember what
I
Davis. I don't remember.
I don't see systems that make shooters. Now there's systems that get you
I
open.
don't remember. Yeah, I
There's-
don't remember.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm not blaming the system. That's why I'm. That was my argument that we could sit here and find flaws in every system. But what I'm saying is like. Do you think that Pow is allowed to be on a heater?
Yes.
She should be. Why would Don stop a heater?
I mean, look up her stuff, Keisha. Look up her stuff.
Oh, okay, I would.
Now she has a high percentage too now.
Oh, okay.
But my thing is, in big games,
You feel like she goes missing?
she disappears. Like, just check her out for last year. Look at her last year. The big shot maker was Tessa in the SEC conference tournament and the NCAA tournament. You hear them talk about it every time they talk about Tessa. They talk about her performance in the SEC tournament and the NCAA tournament. They don't talk about Pow in those terms because she's streaky. That's my point. When the game was on the line and South Carolina needed a shot, it was tournament Tessa. Period. And them the kind of shooters I like. They ain't got to be great all the time. They just got to be great when they need to be. And when it needed to be done, Tessa did it.
I think she's a little bit. Sunday she was 2 for 9.
Who?
Thursday, talking about Pow. Against Georgia, she was 2 for 5.
Take a lot of shots up.
Yeah, Auburn's 2 for 4. Then she's 4 for 8.
5 shots.
Yeah, I don't even. So to your point, Brad said, I get where you're coming from, but also I don't know, this system too has something to do with it. I see what kids. 5 shots is like
5 shots is crazy.
Then 4 for 8, 4 for 8, 4 for 5.
Now I'll say this.
I see what you're saying. You're saying that the system doesn't allow her to take 10 or 15 shots. That's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And some people are like we got volume shooters, we got rhythm shooters, right? Like it really depends on what even make people start to burn too. Some people need to feel, you know what I mean? Get so that's my thought. I'm not even I think Dawn's system is superb. Like that's not my point. I wonder what they will do with Pow in the WNBA and if she will get to expose any better talent than she is, or if she has a higher. Will say though is at the end of the day, all of us are coming from a biased standpoint in the fact of like the type of game we like to watch, like the type of player. Tessa is obviously just a more fun player to watch than a Pow. Like where she gets her shots, how she gets her shots, Tessa is just more joyful to watch. Pow is a 3-point shooter, and then she's developed a floater this year. She don't got no nasty fade away. She not hesitant and then laying it up at the basket. She not, you know what I'm trying to say? Her most sexiest thing is that 3-point shot is her sexiest thing. But Tessa gonna hit you in the mid-range. Like I love her mechanics, all of that stuff. So it's just a joy to watch somebody like Tessa. Even like
they're both fun to watch if they're on. I like watching Pow play when she's on. Yeah. I mean, when you're not on, it's not pleasant to the eye. But I'm saying I don't think Pow's less dynamic than Tessa because, like I said, this year Pow's expanded her game. She can hit the mid range from time to time now.
Yeah, the floater. Yeah.
And the floater. She could get to the basket. She gets to the free throw line. So I mean, and like I said, Tessa's been struggling a little bit this year.
She has. Yeah.
She's hot in this game. Well, she got 5 points in the first half of this game, a 3 and a 2. But if you look at the box score, it look a lot of her team has scored like 4, 2, 3, like 5 or 6 players. It has gone to Dawn's system, but even though Edwards has 18 and Pow has 14, but Pow's hot tonight. And one thing I know about Dawn is if you're hot, she gonna continue getting you open to continue your hotness. I noticed that about Dawn. She'll go outside of her normal system if you're hot. she'll make it so that you get more opportunities if you're hot. But if you're not, she's gonna go back to her regular system of spreading the ball, passing, getting the ball around, moving the ball, and so on and so forth. But because Dawn's been around long enough to know that even when she was a point guard, if Lisa Leslie was hot, if Katrina McClain was hot, if Ruthie Bolton is hot, what's the name? I don't know. Her name keeps escaping me. But anyway, in her day, when she played, if you were hot, she gets you the ball. But in the same way she is as a coach for the Olympic team and South Carolina. So her system isn't she isn't a stickler for her system like that. If you're hot, she's gonna get you the ball. Mm-hmm. That's the bottom line. Okay. That's about Dawn. So, but like Edwards, she got 18 points. So obviously she's taking shots.
Right. I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? So
I know what you're saying.
She a big lover too, though, ain't it? Dawn a big lover, ain't she?
She isn't a big lover. That don't believe in bigs.
No. That's a fact.
That, but I'm being, it's a little hyperbole coming from my mouth, but I'm saying, who doesn't like a big?
Right. I feel you.
Even Steve Nash's old coach, whatever his name was, for the Phoenix Suns, he had a big. It's just that he could run. You know what I mean? Yeah. But everybody likes bigs. Score. And that's but Dawn is known for having them bigs, Leah Boston,
right? Yeah, she the big queen. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Used to be Gino. Used to be Gino.
Yeah. Right. Now he's falling off a little bit. I mean, he got Sarah strong, but he don't have a whole bunch.
Yeah, and then, like I said, girl from Egypt, she all right, but she ain't.
She ain't
a Leah.
No, you don't have to say it, Brass. We got you. You're not.
She is not a Leah Edwards, so and they miss her. You can tell.
Oh yeah.
Just like LSU to an extent misses Angel.
Of course they do.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, those are the two most missed bigs this year, for sure.
Camilla.
We'd be having a whole different conversation about who's at 1 and 2 if Camilla and Angel was still there, please.
South Carolina is missing Camilla too.
Yeah, because that's one of the reasons why they lost to Texas, because they were undersized.
Correct. Yep.
They were killed on the boards.
They got pounded and they couldn't. They tried to respond
because Maddie wasn't even good. While everybody talking, Madison was 7 for fucking 21. It was insane.
Oh, yeah.
She wasn't even that good.
She stopped. Those are stop momentum shots that she made, though.
Yes, I will say that. Those were some good shots.
Yeah, when South Carolina went on a little run, Booker was like, "Nah, swat, take that." Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Other than that, it was Oldacre and the other big girl.
Yeah, right.
Crashing the board.
The other girl, Jones, they was pounding them in the paint.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, what they were doing,
when you got guards like that, and you got a big to go with them. Woo, boy.
Like Key say, Key, Madison Booker was not efficient, right? But when that ball came off the rim, them big girls cleaned it up.
Yeah,
getting second chance points and all.
Yeah,
they cleaned it up for.
Yeah. So I guarantee you, Dawn that was a point of emphasis in practices right before this Florida game. Now Florida, they don't have an Oldacre and they definitely don't have a Booker, but best believe Florida's not going to get on on the boards like that in this one.
No, because Don probably like they got every second chance point. What was y'all doing?
I can't remember the last time Dawn's lost 2 games in a row.
Well, I'm gonna tell you because we were calling the game and I was like, that little Jones girl just be quietly get them rebounds and put it right back. She just turned right back up and put it right back up on them. I said, oh, this is not what I was expecting right here from this game. But okay,
I like Fagan.
I'm here for it.
I like Janiah Fagan, but one thing that she is not is Anissa Morrow. Now, if Anissa Morrow was playing for South Carolina in that game, it'd be a different story, in my opinion.
Yeah, you just needed a little bit more aggression to get them rebounds because there was a lot of second chance points and Old Acre. Don't get me wrong, I understand it because Old Acre, that is a grown woman playing out there. That woman is not a college student. That woman 38.
So she got kids.
College.
She got kids in the house. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I understand that load that was down there in the paint.
Let me ask y'all something real quick. If South Carolina meets up was to, let's just say there's a random game we could make against UCLA again, do you think they lose again or win again?
UCLA out the gym, in my opinion. I think they'll be so hyped for that game. Lauren Betts will have her head swimming. I really believe that.
It's hard for me to believe that South Carolina will lose twice.
Yeah. I have never. I can't remember the last time Dawn Staley has lost to a team twice in a year. I can't remember.
They somewhat beaten Dawn with her own game though.
Yeah.
So it's
with the big, yeah.
With the big, right? They beating her with her own game, and so and they don't have.
Ain't too many 6'7" women just walking around. They're willy-nilly.
Yeah.
So
and you don't have no dog in the paint.
Yeah.
Because Angel could handle Bess at 6'3". She can handle her. And then you had Camilla at least was 6'7", so they just matched in height.
Yeah.
But
right.
You don't. So I'm not saying South Carolina would lose, but y'all, I don't know.
I think Camilla's a better athlete than Lauren Betts.
Yeah, for sure.
And then that first game, I want to say, I think the first game South Carolina against UCLA was Ashley Watkins in that game.
Yes, I believe she was in the game that they lost, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, and now she's not there.
Was out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But they definitely need some size. They know that though. That's why they're doing it by committee.
I think Dawn will have Chloe Kitts play a better game against her than she did the first time.
Yeah. Chloe got ate up a little bit.
Yeah, because Chloe, when she's on, it doesn't matter your size. She'll outquick you, and she'll take you away from the paint. She'll take you a little, because she can shoot that 3 now.
Yeah.
She can, but she another one sometimes, Brad. I be watching and
she be on and off, or
she on and off.
Yeah,
I agree. But when she's, like I said, when she's on,
right? Yes.
And I'm telling you, a rematch with UCLA, every one of them girls will be on. Trust me.
Okay.
They're gonna be. Trust me, because Dawn gonna push the buttons.
I'm gonna tell you what inspired Bet, Brass Tass and Key. What inspired Bet was that night in cold out there at the Sweet 16. They got their butt whooped.
Oh yeah, they got smashed.
On that, was on that bench crying.
Yeah.
When they got back to the gym.
Yeah.
Said,
I watched that game the other day. I rewatched them games, Keisha. I watched that game the other day.
Moment.
When Angel Reese had the big curly hair and she waved bye-bye to the girl when she fouled the girl out. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Bet's been on a revenge tour since that moment.
Yo, that was hilarious. I rewatched that game.
I'm in a wait and see mode to see if she really wants to stay and play with her sister. I'm not 100% convinced of that yet.
No, she said it, Brad. She said it herself.
Yeah, she did.
People say a lot of stuff until that money start being waved in their face, and they tell you be a top 5 pick in the draft if you do well in March Madness. Now, I understand. People say things but she might say, well, you know what, sis? I might not have this opportunity next year.
So bad.
I might get hurt. And if I
I
get
think
hurt,
she another one though. I think she'd be better off coming out next year too. She's
yeah.
definitely they already WNBA already got it on the app. They have her and Flaw J. Oh, who's gonna be the number one pick between her and Flaw J? They already WNBA got it on the app and everything, advertising it already. Not to say that doesn't mean anything, but I do think it would be better for her specifically. Flaw J to me, rather Flaw J come out this year or next year, I don't think it matters. But for Lauren, I do her year would be better next year.
She need to go back. Laws don't need to come out.
I think she does come out.
I don't think she need to come out.
I don't think she needs to come out, but I think no matter what year Flaw J comes out, she's a top 3 pick. That's my point.
Yeah.
But Lauren is not a top 3 pick this year to me, if you ask me. I think she would be one next year, but not this year.
Because a lot of teams need guards.
Yeah.
Right.
Teams need guards. So this is a guard pretty much, even though it's top heavy in guards, it's not really deep, but it's pretty much top heavy in guards. Now, next year's draft is weaker than this one.
Right.
So yeah,
everybody's best bet to come out next
round to be a number 1 pick because he's 6'7".
Right.
And then Flaw J number 2. Depending on it also depends on who wins the lottery. So
yeah,
right.
True.
That as well. Yeah.
If it's a team that doesn't need a big, it'll be Flaw J.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is my last.
But go ahead.
I was gonna say this is my last question. I'm gonna cause some confusion and then I'm gonna head out.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I'm about to get up. I want to watch the rest of this game. Go ahead.
LSU Carolina's rematch. Who wins that?
Who's rematch?
LSU and South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina.
Look, you know what, Brad? Get off
my
line.
Keisha, I think LSU might win. Keisha, I think LSU might win.
The amount of disrespect I've taken for the last 2 hours has got to stop.
I think LSU gonna win, Keisha.
You know why I say that? It's because Brad didn't even hesitate. He just, South Carolina.
Doesn't lose the monkey. Dogs are not losing the monkey. They had Angel freaking Reese, Big Mama, Bayou Barbie, and they could beat South Carolina.
Okay, I get you.
That year,
but you didn't have to say it so quick.
LSU won the national championship. They had only 2 losses. Who are those 2 losses against?
I don't care. Me and Big Girl going for LSU. You need to get off of our live.
I said it too, Keisha. I think LSU might win.
He with us.
I think LSU might win. I think if she give Miracle Shepherd the minutes, let that freshman run the point and Michaela Williams run the point more often. Bring Kaylin Gilbert off the damn bench as a 6th man, and don't have her on the ball like that. I think they can win. I think LSU could win the damn game. I do, and I think they gonna have a revenge game. That's what I think.
They don't have they don't play them twice this year in the regular season, right?
No,
they're gonna play them again, right, in the SEC
championship
tournament.
Game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got South Carolina in that one.
Sorry. You know what, Brad? Yes. Hey guys, look, because Brad is making me warm. I'm just gonna say this. We about to get off here because I want to at least save my voice from me calling the game tonight. And before I cuss out Brad, hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the like and subscribe button. Tell Brad in the comments that you don't like him. LSU. Hey. And I'll see you guys later on tonight. I'm going to be calling the game at 9 o'clock tonight. Juju going to have me up past my bedtime, but I'm going to stay up for Juju to call the game. So you guys come back at 9 o'clock. Key, I know I'm going to call you and make you get up. So, yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back at 9 o'clock tonight. Anything else you want to say, Key?
LSU, throw them L's up, y'all. Throw them L's up. LSU all day, baby. All day.
Go Cox.
No. See, that's the problem, Brad. This is a family show. And you Go Cowboys.
You know I love you, Key. You know I love you, Keisha and Key. You know I love you.
All right, we out. We out. I love y'all. Big ups, y'all. All right, I'm out.
Peace.
Peace.